Hello, this is a quick and to the point video showing an oil change on Audi's Q5 with a 2.0 liter TFSI turbo motor. In addition to an oil drain pan, you will need two screwdrivers to remove the plastic tray under the front of the Q5, a Phillips driver, and a Torx T20 driver. To remove the drain plug, you'll need a Torx T45 driver. To remove the oil filter, any of the tools shown will work, although I've found the 3-jaw oil filter wrench is the easiest to use, as you'll see later. At this point in the video, I've allowed the engine to warm up to allow oil to flow easily and remove the oil cap. The plastic engine cover is easily removed by pulling up and away from the engine and allows access to the oil filter underneath. The cover is just held on by some little clips that remove very easily. And of course, this is the oil filter. The Q5 has sufficient clearance underneath, so I don't jack the vehicle up. Under the front of the engine, you'll see several screws with the Torx T20 head that need to be removed. There are about 10 of these facing the front of the engine. Near the wheel wells, you'll find 3 or 4 Phillips head screws on each side that need to be removed as well, and I use a short, stubby screwdriver to remove those. There are also 3 Phillips head screws at the back of the cover that only need to be loosened. And at this point, you can access the oil pan and drain plug using the T45 driver. Be aware that the oil can be extremely hot if the engine is not cooled somewhat. The oil pan and the oil filter are close enough in proximity that you can allow the oil to continue to drain once it gets to a low flow, and move the filter move the drain pan, catch pan, under the filter to allow that oil to drain into it at the same time. And here I'm using the 3-jaw oil wrench to remove it. You can see it gets around the tight space fine. And as you spin the ratchet, the wrench tightens around the filter, making it very easy to remove. And then I finish the removal by hand. You'll see that there is some oil that drains down as a result of the filter sitting right side up instead of upside down as most engines do. The part number on this filter, if you're using a Fram filter, is a PH10600. Be aware Fram also sells one that's a 10060 part number instead of the 10600, and I have seen people end up taking the wrong filter home. It will not work on this engine, so just make sure you end up with the correct one. And I do recommend always using a full synthetic motor oil. Double check the viscosity on that. I like the Mobil 1 oil, but there are a number of fantastic synthetic motor oils out there. And of course, be sure to apply a light bead of oil around the gasket before tightening the filter into place. A couple last points that I'll mention. The Q5 has no physical dipstick to check the oil, but the MMI does have a display for oil level. Be aware that it can take over an hour for that level to be reflected in the MMI after you close the hood. So you want to make sure that you don't put more than 4.5 quarts in this engine. Overfilling this engine can be catastrophic. Anyway, I'll leave you with that, and I'm just showing here the little mounting points that the plastic cover snaps back onto, and that's all I have. Thank you for watching.